Good evening, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Empowered Pause. I am your host, Rachel Chenoa J. Welcome to Wednesday, October 16th. I hope everyone who's watching in the East Coast and the Northeast is keeping warm because it got really cold really fast. And I'm not complaining, I'm just being aware that it's sweatshirt hoodie season, and I love it. Um, Before we get started, as usual, I just want to give you a little bit of information about Speak Initiative and our mission. And then we'll jump right into today's topic, which is reflections, right? So, Speak Initiative is a nonprofit mental health peer support organization, and our mission is to reduce the stigma around suicide and mental health in the Black and Brown communities by allowing our partners to speak, be heard, and live fully. SPEAK stands for Suicide Prevention Through Empowerment, Action, and Kindness. And the key word there is prevention, right? As a mental health peer support organization, we stand in the gap with people who are experiencing mental health challenges or who have suicidal ideations. So we stand in that gap by working to combat the rise of suicide in Black and Brown communities, eliminate negative stigma around mental health and wellness in our communities, amplify access to resources and support for mental health, and support and encourage those affected by suicide to speak, advocate, and end the silence so more of us can actually survive. Okay, so that is what Speak Initiative is and who we are about, what we do. And the Empowered Pause is just one of the programs that we actually have going right now. So our last Empowered Pause was on October 2nd, and it was entitled Birthday Wish. And as the date was rapidly approaching that week, right? In that live, I expressed that my birthday wish was for someone else who may be struggling to reach out and to get help and to stay. I wanted anyone who was watching to know that they were not alone in that moment, and you're not alone now. Living with mental health conditions and having my own lived experience, it's hard to ignore the emotions and the internal conversations that come up with having survived, especially around birthdays. Of course, I have an abundance of gratitude that I still get to figure out this life thing. I get to experience things and ages that I couldn't even fathom over 15 years ago. However, I wouldn't be totally honest if I neglected to mention that these celebrations also come with a sense of uncertainty, a sense of fear, doubt, and sometimes a little guilt and shame. I'm intimately aware of the stigma that comes with my truths. There are many people who are uncomfortable breaching the subject of mental illness and mental health and suicide in our community. And there may be even more people who may have a hard time seeing me and not my illness and my symptoms. I've heard from different places and different walks of life, you don't seem bipolar, or that's a sin. What you did is a sin, right? Or to be judged because I don't always look sick or ill. But there is no one way these things can manifest, right? And as a side note, I want to say, for those of you who don't know, anyone who attempts or who dies by suicide is in a heightened sense of pain and discomfort, and they are usually not able to navigate that space alone, right? A person who hasn't experienced that level of emotional and sometimes physical pain may not understand, but that does not mean you can't help that by just being present, because we can help each other, right? This is why Speak Initiative was created. So back to today. After my birthday, I'm working on reframing unhealthy and maybe unrealistic thoughts that pop into my mind, especially in this season. It's fall, holiday pressure will be coming soon. It's seasonal affect disorder season, and pressure mounts for everyone. And I know that I want to combat the uncertainty, the fear, and the doubt. I want to combat all of that with what is real, with the work, with the support, and the eventual wins, right? I rebel against guilt and shame because I too am only human, as we all are. So I had to talk to myself to reframe those conversations because, truth be told, as I was approaching my birthday, I wasn't feeling that great. I had a very heightened sense of anxiety. Um, was triggered by some things that had accumulated since my previous birthdays. So I wasn't really in the headspace that I would have preferred to be in, right? I always do my best to be honest and transparent as possible with this healing journey. And it definitely does not happen overnight. Being alive guarantees ups and downs, and sometimes even twists and turns. But the blessing in it is that we don't have to get it right today. And I say right with quotation marks. There's no need to get it perfect because there's no such thing as perfection on this planet, in this world, right? We have a sense of how we want things, how we would like them to be, what we prefer, what we do not prefer. All of those things are relative, but it doesn't have to be right today. So today is about reflections. I encourage you to reframe the conversations that you may be having around mental health and suicide from a hushed, embarrassing, touchy, taboo subject or a taboo topic to a full self-understanding that mental health challenges do not discriminate. They do not discriminate. It can happen to anyone at any age, depending on your experiences, depending on your perceptions and your responses to things that have happened to you. Not everyone breaks the same. We may have different ways and different levels of dealing and coping with certain things, but mental health does not discriminate. I wanted to reflect on his birthday because, as I mentioned last time we were live, birthdays are bittersweet. And as long as there is breath, there's a chance for joy, for peace, there's a chance for health, for growth and change and overall life. So I just wanted to offer that space where I had to recognize that I needed to empower myself. So I hope that these words have been empowering and encouraging and helpful in some way. The goal of the Empowered Pause is to hold space for anyone who may be having a challenging time. As I hold space for myself, I also hold space for you. You matter. Your life matters. You deserve love. You can begin your healing journey at any time and know that you are not alone. There are people who understand and who will care for you and help. Now, at Speak Initiative, again, we are not therapists. We are peers who simply understand, and we're here to be a resource and to offer additional resources to those who want or need them, right? We are here just to offer help and guidance to anyone who may be trying to start or continue their wellness journey. Okay, so that's basically my Empowered Pause for today. I really wanted to go into the fact that I did need to reflect on some things to combat some of the thoughts that were coming up during the birthday. And even though it is a wonderful celebration, I am again abundantly grateful that I am able to celebrate these days. But I also need to recognize that memories are real. And work is still need to be done, right? So that's all I have for today. As always, I ask that you comment, like, react, Share this video and our information so that we can reach anyone who may be in need. Please also visit our website for information, join our mailing list, or perhaps just support with a donation. Remember, our voices hold power, but only if we speak. Speak love, choose life, and until next time, take care.